move into our inversion practice. And we're going to start with tripod headstand. So this is probably my least favorite of the inversions because of the weight it does put on your cervical spine, so your neck. So I urge you to be very cautious and careful as we move into tripod headstand. So I'm going to show you how to set this up properly and how to start working on it, and I'll show you how you can use the wall for it too. So for tripod, it's called a tripod because you're making a triangle with your head and your hands. So your hands are shoulder width apart, point your fingers pushing forward, weight into the ball mound of your hand and your tips of your fingers. And then your head comes down and connects to the ground, top of your head. And you see my elbows are stacked here directly over my wrists. And from here I'm going to lift on up. And then there, the next step is to come into like a little tripod crouch. So you bring one knee to the arm, just like almost crow with your head on the ground, and then the other leg, and you begin to hold here, right? Then eventually you'll start to lift one leg and the other leg up, and then you can lift both legs up towards the ceiling, coming into your full tripod headstand, maybe eventually coming from the arms all the way straight up to your tripod, or even one day coming from your toes right up to your tripod. Or another way you'll see it in class is people come from wide-legged forward fold, and they come down, and then they lift up into their tripod. So those are just some of the variations to get into tripod. Using a wall in the beginning of your practice is really key. It's your friend, so you want to use it. So you're going to take your hands shoulder width apart, bring your head down to the ground, and then you can lift up here. Begin to lift one leg and kind of put on the wall and then the other. Maybe walk your feet up the wall and use that as a little support. Commonly, I see people dump into their low backs, put a lot of weight onto their head. Keep the weight into your hands, keep the legs long, keep the tailbone tucked, and keep that length in your spine so you're not dumping into your low spine, dumping into your cervical spine. Another thing I see commonly is coming too far in the forward part of the head and your neck is extended and you're crunching back onto an extended cervical spine. So it's important that you tuck your chin, find length in your spine, and really use your arms for support. Don't go farther than you feel comfortable. If you feel as though you're going to fall out, just tuck your chin and tuck and roll out of that tripod headstand. Taking it easy. This again is my least favorite of the inversions because I do feel there is a lot of stress and strain on the cervical spine here. So take your time with it and just be cautious of how you feel. If you feel any strain in your low back, in your neck, and anywhere in your body, just back off and take it a little easier.